music. Okay, so before anything else, I will show to you my books when I was in college. Really. So I have here the mathematics. This is all about engineering, economics, and basic engineering sciences. There's a lot of formulas here from area, volume, perimeter, things like that. Okay, it's in here. So I sold so many, as you can see. Okay, I bought this in National Bookstore. See, I solve a lot, right? Evidence. An evidence that I did my assignments very well. Practice problems. Right? Oh my gosh. Oh. I really solved a lot. Okay, my gosh. Okay, so we have a lot of topics here. And I have the chemistry. I love this chemistry book. This one, the orange, I can still remember. Okay, this one. I don't see my organic chemistry book, but the chemistry book is still here. I love it. Diba, Zaika, ha? Okay. Zaika Gray is here. Diba? Our future scientist. Okay, so the title here is Fundamentals of Chemistry by Fred H. Redmore. So I have to show you also the other one, the big, because every time when I did my vacation, it always surf, sabon, SURF. I always take a look and scan my, chemical engineering books, references, like that, and everything. Alright. Okay, guys. Hello, guys. So I have here, I love this the most, my chemical engineer's handbook. As you can see, this is very thick, right? And I always mark this to a point that sometimes I get lost. Sorry. Because you cannot memorize everything in here. You get the point. As far as I could remember, I memorized all the processes and operations like that. And then later, I have separate notebook for all the processes, physical and chemical processes, things like that. Then I have also a separate notebook. Nobody told me to do this. This is only my own initiative. Okay, my personal initiative to study things like that. That I separate also all formulas. Really. Okay, for example, the geometrical formulas, for example, square, circle, ellipse, parabola, hyperbola, rhombus, trapezoid, triangle, rectangle, sphere. Like that. So I have a exclusive notebook for that. All formulas. Really. Thanks like that. I have also a separate notebook for all theories, processes and operations. So every time there's a theory questions, it will be flashed back into my brain cells because I always separate that when I study. When I go to the library in CIT, that is CIT before, now CIT University. I always spend my time there. I think it's gonna be 4 times, 5 times in the library, and sometimes I will sleep there. And then the library will say, "Sir, mag-close na me." Things like that. I'm still sleeping. Because when I scan the books, after reading 3 books, 4 books, then after that I'll sleep after reading. In there, you get the point? So, especially ang atong bound, di ka maigo, something like that. Gamera kitang bound, like that. So, I see to it that I will study instead of, watching them. Magtuwa atong laway. Okay, got the point? So, we don't have enough money for the snacks. Okay? So, I would rather go to the library. And then most of the students there are coming from different provinces, for example, from Mindanao, and their parents will give them allowances, things like that. I'm not telling that I'm jealous. I'd rather go to the library because I love it to do. I love to do it, things like that only. I have also snacks, right? It's enough also for me. But what I'm telling you, we don't have that much. Okay, that's why I don't go there in the snacks area. Charot. Okay, but sometimes also my classmates will will sponsor me to be with them. They will sometimes they will share their food to me, and then especially my friend things like that, and then they will ask the assignment like that. Okay, and I will give them also. We'll share assignments, things like that. Okay. Okay, there's one time also that, oh, shout out sa mga classmates sa IT. So that was a subject for, CHE elective to under engineer Stephen Flores. I think so, that's elective, chemical engineering elective. And then all of us got perfect. Okay, because the exams have no formulas and equations, only theories. And then I think Sir Stephen wonder why all but everybody got perfect. Things like that. And I just kept them silent. Okay, you get the point? And then they asked my answer, something like that. Blah, 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 so, so. Di ba na manginganing ang situation? Okay, and then they tried to, basta, uy, okay, you get the point. I cannot explain everything. Okay, and then, okay, so that's it. Because that's theory. I love theories. It's all about memorization. Facts it, yun na siya. Okay, you get the point. So I remembered my award in our ring hop ceremony. Ano daw? Photographic memory. My award. Ano ka? Okay, photographic memory. So it's not like that. I can easily remember lang talaga siya. Okay? No need to write everything. Okay, when I read, then it will go back to my thalamus. It will refresh to my thalamus part of my brain cells. Charot! Okay! Ana siya. Di ba lang kayo guys? Oh, di ba? Oh, di ba? Okay. Talaga siya. When I go to the USC Talamban, proceeding my masteral degree, in which I did not finish. Okay, I'm taking Masters of Science in Environmental Science. Okay, I did not finish. Okay, like that. Okay, so it's very far from chemistry and math, right? It's in here. Okay, ang topic karon gayon na maoang sa math. Let's do first the math. Okay. Mathematics, we have the formulas and principles in mathematics, engineering, economics, and basic engineering sciences. We're gonna have the 200 illustration problems with complete solutions, over 400 practice problems with answers, over 200 solved problems with complete solutions, topics in thermodynamics, oh I love thermodynamics, engineering, mechanics, and fluid mechanics, and strength of materials. So strength of materials talk about the bridge, how to construct a bridge, things like that. Okay, that involves the capacity of the materials to be loaded in a bridge, things like that. The centroid computation, the tension, the stresses like that, and you have to compute the central of gravity so that the bridge will not collapse. Things like that. Okay, that's strength of materials. Okay. Ganon. Pero ganon siya kayo chemistry guys. Uy, nakakaloka. Pwede na siya nakopiyungan ng chemistry guys. Charot! Charot lang. Kasi kawayon ko ninyo, no? Okay, but I love really chemistry guys. Okay? So we have 118 elements in the periodic table. So this is arranged in increasing atomic number. And, okay, in increasing atomic radii, increasing atomic weight, and molar masses. So these are the basic features and basic characteristics of an element which is discovered by, Dmitry Mendeleev. Okay, so the one who discovered the periodic table is Dmitry Mendeleev. Okay, there is one before prior than him. We have the Moseley, Moseley, but his principles have so many lacking things like that, and Dmitry Mendeleev improved that. That's why the name and the credit was given to Dmitry Mendeleev as a discoverer of the periodic table. Okay, so we have group 1A, 2A, 3B, 4B, 5B, 6B, 7B, A, ganon. And the other side, well, 1B, 2B, 3A, 4A, 5A, 6A, 7A, and noble gases. Okay. So if the question will say, guys, elements are really arranged in electronic configuration, based on electronic configuration. Get the point? Oh, the mga S, P, D, F orbitals. Nakakaloka. Energy levels, energy sublevels, nakakaloka. Electronic spin, mga ganon, chupa-chup. Oh, nakakaloka. I love it. Really? So our vlog before with my nephew is all about chapter 11, right? General properties of gases in comparison to liquids and solids, the kinetic theory. What kinetic theory? Or molecular kinetic theory, that right? MKT. Okay. And then we have the pressure of gases, the variables in gases, the temperature and pressure is TP, the gas. Oh my gosh, I love this. Okay, the gas laws relationship among volume, temperature, and pressure of gases. Dalton's law of pressure. Oh my gosh. Avogadro number, right? 6.023 times 10 to the 23 per atom, per ion, per molecule. It depends on the problem that you are trying to solve. Okay, that's why there's a per like this. Okay, so you need to complete the two. That's Avogadro number. Get the point? Constant. Ganon. Okay, and then we have the gas law relationship involving both. Why? Like ideal gas law equation of state. Wow. Graham's law of diffusion. Oh, really? Summary, exercises, and problems. So we go now to the problems. Hindi na sa kamath, ha? Okay. Dito ka na ko priority. Charot! Charot lang. Okay. Charot lang ha, because math and science are always combining with each other. Okay? You get the point? Because in science, there's a lot of computations and calculations, and math will be there also. Okay, so you have to, not force, you have to love math. Okay? No choice. Okay? Because if you are good in numbers, you can easily compute, right? Okay, please let or calculate. Masa naman ito chapter 11? Uy, nakakaloka biyan yun. Okay, thank you so much. Chapter 11. Asa naman ito mga palangga? Ito asa kuan. Naila ka sa menteryo. Yes. Okay, si Ate Sinda. Okay. Okay, so chapter 11. Okay mga palangga, mga palaging, kumusta na? Nakakaon na ba ang tanan o paniudto? Paniudto ron? Yes, alas 12. Ang takna sa kapunon, alas 12 sa udto, ug nangaon na ang tanan. Charot. Okay, chapter 11. Asa naman ito? Uy, mabusog na ko ani. Sa mga sob-sob, cheers. Kalda ka. Isob naman na naman ni Chiki yung question number 2. Okay, number 2, a sample of gas with a volume of 145 meter exerts a pressure of 775 torr. What must be the volume if the pressure is to become 700 torr at constant temperature? So temperature yapon, Boyle's law chart. Hello mga talagang magkakad! So, anak siya no? Diba? Hello? Ikaw sa kong kadiyot this ha? Huwag mo ko yung whiteboard guys. Uy, di ko kasolve-solve do. Hindi na ko yaw-yawan eh. Okay. So, like this. Okay. Zaika, can you read this?
No.
Can you read?
No.
Okay, so makabasa ka lang, guys. Okay. So, arita sa theory. Okay, so, plane geometry, axiom, a statement accepted as true. Postulate, a statement assumed to be true as basis for argument. Hypothesis, and unproved theory tentatively accepted to explain certain facts. Theorem, a proposition that can be proven from accepted premises. Corollary, a proposition that follows from one already proved. Altitude of a triangle. A perpendicular from any vertex of a triangle to the side opposite. Angle, the opening between two straight lines drawn from the same point. Apothem, wow, malaglong kayo guys, no? Apothem, the radius of the inscribed circle of a polygon. Area, the number of unit squares of a plane figure. Center of polygon, the common center of the inscribed, circumscribed surface, woo, of regular polygon. Circle, a closed plane curve, every point of which is equally distant from a point in the plane of the curve. Complementary angles, two angles whose sum is equal to a right angle, that is complementary angles. Wow, concurrent. Concurrent lines, three or more lines which have one point in common. Diagonal, a line joining any two non-consecutive vertices of a polygon. Hypotenuse, the side opposite the right angle of a right triangle. Wow. Isosceles triangle, a triangle that has two equal sides. Equilateral triangle, three sides are equal. Lucus, a figure containing all the points and only those points which fulfill a given requirements. Parallel lines, lines that lie in the same plane, and do not meet however far extended. Parallelogram, a quadrilateral whose opposite sides are parallel. Yes. Parallelogram. Humorous to rumbus guys, no? So perpendicular, a line which cuts another line so to make two adjacent angles equal. Polygon, a closed plane figure bounded by straight lines. Triangle, quadrilateral. Dito na quadro guys, no? Quadrilateral, pentagon, hexagon, edge, char. Quadrilateral, charot. A polygon with four sides, square, rectangle, parallelogram, trapezoid. Rectangular parallelogram whose angles are right angles. Regular polygon, a polygon of whose angles are equal and all of whose sides are equal. Rhomboid. Rhomboid is an example of a parallelogram. Take note. Okay, rhomboid is a parallelogram which oblique angles and only the opposite sides are equal. Rhombus, an equilateral, wow! An equilateral parallelogram. Rhombus. An equilateral parallelogram. Okay, similar polygons, polygons whose corresponding angles are equal and whose corresponding sides are proportional. Supplementary angles, two angles whose sum is equal to two right angles or 180 degrees. Tangent, tangent, diba? A straight line which meets a curve only at one point. Trapezoid, a quadrilateral toe and only two of whose sides are parallel. Two of whose sides are parallel, so trapezoids. Okay. Try, akong imagine while I'm reading. Okay. Triangle, a plane figure bounded by three straight lines, a polygon with three sides. Vertical angles, opposite angles of two intersecting lines. Pi, 3.1416, the ratio of the circumference of a circle to its diameter. Wow. Right isosceles triangle, a right triangle whose legs, legs talaga, whose legs are equal. Oh, polygons, three sides blank, that is triangle. Four sides, that is quadrangle. That's why we have quadrangle in the university or the institution because it has a four sides. Okay, that's quadrangle. Okay, five sides pentagon, six sides hexagon, seven sides heptagon or septagon. Okay, eight sides octagon, nine sides nonagon, 10 sides decagon, 12 sides dodecagon, 15 sides quindicagon. If you say, 15 sides quindicagon, memorize the youth in brain cells. Quindicagon para di ba, hibuan na yung chat. Okay, so itong balikon. Nakakaloko, balik ko dyan. Three sides triangle, four sides quadrangle, five sides pentagon, six sides hexagon, seven sides heptagon or septagon, eight sides octagon, nine sides nonagon, 10 sides decagon, okay, 12 sides dodecagon, okay, 15 sides quindicagon. Ah, di ba? Oh, muna to siya na-reflect din sa akong brain cells. Charot! Nakakaloka. Okay. So, some of interior angles, ano siya, after na siya, madadarag smile. Ano siya, no? And then each interior angle, regular polygon, and minus 2 times 180 degrees over n. Number of diagonals, d is equals to n minus 3 over 2. This is highly mathematical, right? Where n is equals to number of sides and s is equals to n minus 2 180 degrees. Lauy, nakakaloka tayo mga numbers bro. Char. Okay. Hindi ko ganahan. Char! Hindi ko ganahan. Okay, so mag-English lang tao. Char! Diba, Zay? Result ka ikaw ako student. Char. Okay. Tingnan sa tangka dito. This our grades. Caffeine. Okay? Moji na ang caffeine, guys. Uy, di ba nakakalok? Tama pa lang gapuntan. Okay. Usa na ito mga kuan. Okay. Diba? Caffeine. Caffeine is not bad. Only bad when it is overdose. When you input that much in your system. The maximum is 4, but without sugar. I read that in the Public School of Health magazine, Harvard University. Okay? 4 times a day, but be sure, minimal sugar and without sugar. Because if there's no sugar, it will activate to lower your blood pressure and also the chance of diabetes. But if you put more sugar, the more it is not effective in reducing the cholesterol level, the blood pressure, and also the diabetic symptoms. Diabetes mellitus. Okay. So, because caffeine really is an activator, stimulant. Okay? I get the point? So, ano man na siya? Hormone. Hormone na mo sulit sa atong brain cells. Yeah. Mo increase ang atong blood pressure, mo activate ng other hormones. For example, growth hormones, vasopressin hormone, you know, the cortisol hormone. Okay? And then we have also the adrenaline hormone, things like that. Okay? So muna siya ang mga hormone chuba-chucho and also the norepinephrine hormone. Okay, for example, if your hormone cortisol is very high, then you always crave to eat sweet foods like that or junk foods out of a sudden. You don't know what's happening, then your cortisol hormone is very high, things like that. Okay? And then if your heart is keep on beating that much, very fast, things like that, even though the situations are not really dili kay makulbaan jud ka, things like that, and kusog kay mo heartbeat fast, then your hormone is very high, the adrenaline hormone is very high. Okay, get the point? So like that, so dili kay ka mapanic, rattle, even though the situations are not so complex, then it's just that you know, so there's no crucial situation and you keep on na-panic na ka, so your hormone is very high, the adrenaline hormone. Okay. Then if your stomach also is very big and you don't know, you don't eat that much, like that, the way your stomach is very big, tubigon kay ka, like that, then your vasopressin hormone is too much. Okay, because vasopressin hormone will control the water leveling inside your body. So it will regulate the water that will go to your, for example, to your respiratory system. The water will go to because all vital organs needs water to survive. Okay, because if we can remember the polarity of water contains 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. If we split that in a chemical reaction, it will produce also oxygen. Okay, so it's also apart from the oxygen that we intake in a daily basis from the atmosphere, which is normally 20.9% by volume, things like that. We have also oxygen coming from the water itself, the 1 atom of oxygen, and then we have also the oxygen atoms comes from the carbohydrates that it will split also after the chemical reactions when we eat that inside our body. You get the point. Okay, the carbohydrates. So if you can remember the chemical formula of glucose, carbohydrates, then we have the 6 atoms of carbon, 12 atoms of hydrogen, and 6 atoms of oxygen. This 6 atoms of oxygen was split also inside our body. That produces also oxygen. So we have a lot of oxygen na inside our body. Oxygen from the carbohydrates, oxygen from the fats, oxygen from the proteins, oxygen from the water. So all of them will yield oxygen somewhere in the biochemical reaction inside our body. We are not only living by the oxygen we breathe daily basis by the atmosphere given by God. We also have the oxygen inside the natural chemical reaction inside our body. Okay, so that means if you are now a patient in the hospital, then you are deprived, meaning you have less oxygen na, then there's an oxygen meter. Meaning to say, your oxygen now is, you are now under the process of aphoxia, aphoxia, and asphyxia. Right? The consumption of oxygen that goes through your respiratory system, so you cannot inhale. Okay? That's why you cannot breathe. It's asphyxia. And then, if you consume also your oxygen that much, and then you don't, you cannot also breathe properly, also the oxygen in your blood, because our blood needs oxygen, so it will be pumped by the heart. Right? Going to your respiratory. So the oxygen that will runs through your bloodstream also, if it is also reduced, that also aphoxia. So aphoxia and asphyxia is not the same. Aphoxia meaning the reduction of oxygen in the bloodstream, and asphyxia is the reduction of oxygen from your respiratory system. But the same generally, this is the reduction of oxygen, but only the destination is the different, the area where to lose, where to reduce. Okay? The area of responsibility is just like a typhoon. Nakakaloka, right? You get the point? Ganon. Just like the stroke and the heart attack, right? The stroke is directed to your brain, and the heart attack directed to your heart. Okay, then for example, if your blood vessels are are not rich, are wrapped with too much solid deposits in the fatty substances, like that, and the cholesterol level, ganon, so hindi ka maka-breath properly. That's why you have an improper blood flow circulation. It is really the blood flow circulation that leads you to heart attack. It's not really the way you eat, the way how you drink alcoholic, things like it's not like that. It is the circulation of your blood. Okay? And so it's advisable to walk every day. Okay? Walk. Walking is the best exercise. Okay? You get the point. But people are jogging, people are going to the gym, people are doing the Zumba, people are doing the aerobics. That means they need really to lose their weight. And also for proper blood flow circulation. So cardiovascular exercise. Get the point. Okay, ganon. So, muna na siya nga itong paano no? So, nag-isgot mo oxygen. Kasi oxygen ito isgotan. Mapag kita sa health. Okay, mo na siya guys. Dahil oxygen ang tanong pagkaon. You got the point. Diba? Nakatandok. Okay, so ganon. Karon guys mo, mag-compute sa taog kung anang kanang alcohol. Atong i-compute ang alcohol sa atong lawas. Magkuha tag papel. Charot! So, based on my research, charot. Hindi siya research ganito. Okay, factual na magod siya. Okay guys, so we have alcohol in our body. Okay, so the regular alcohol we have enough to survive. Okay, that's why in the Gulf countries and another countries, it's not necessary for them to drink alcoholic beverage because we have already a natural alcohol. Okay, so that is coming from the sugar alcohol, which is the glycerol. Okay, the simplest form of alcohol is a glycerol. Next is the ethyl alcohol, in which we obtain that from beer, wine, whiskey, like that. So that is the simplest. That's why if you overdose with alcohol, your liver will suffer. Because that is not the simplest alcohol. The simplest alcohol is the glycerol or the sugar alcohol. So if you keep on putting sugar in your coffee, you also produce alcohol naturally. You get the point? Ako rin itulog niyo, Ani. Okay, when you drink coffee, you add sugar, right? And then sugar will be converted into sugar alcohol. Okay? Because the limit of alcohol is not limited only to beer, to wine, to whiskey. to G, to pirik-pirik, to tanjuay. Tanjuay? Sobra naman, tanjuay. Tanduay. And then anihoram. Oh, like that. Okay. So it's not like that only. That's why if that is the case, then when other people survive, because we need alcohol also in our system. Okay, but sugar, alcohol, or glycerol is enough. Get the point. So the formula of glycerol is 3 atoms of carbon, 8 atoms of hydrogen, and OH. Ganun ba yun? Yes. C3H8OH. Charot. Okay. Huwag mo kukuy, we're gonna ako ta-issue niyo ang chemical formula. Okay, so that's why, kung saan mo na siya di ba, nakano niya, kung saan mo na siya, mapulos na siya, kuhaan, glycerol. Ang glycerol, pulos na siya, cholesterol. Okay? Nasa to pa, even though wala ka mo inom o, even though you don't drink ethyl alcohol or wine, you can also produce cholesterol by just taking much sugar into your system. Okay, you can also produce glycerol or cholesterol. But that's why if you keep on eating sugary substances, cholesterol will be there because it will produce a product, cholesterol. If our raw material is sugar. You get the point? Like that. And also, the carbohydrates. These substances will yield cholesterol. You cannot escape. Carbohydrates and sugar will yield cholesterol. But take note, the positive side of cholesterol, it will act as as a barrier to control the substances in going to our lining of our digestive system. So, meaning to say, if you have enough level of cholesterol, your outer layer of your digestive system will become strong, flexible, and try to control the coming out and the coming in of the substances. So, there's a positive impact. Positive impact. Okay, meaning, if we have adequate level of cholesterol, that is good for our body. What is bad is too much. You get the point? Especially the fat also. The fat also is very important to our system to undergo good metabolism, the breaking down of wastes that will be released in our body. So, muna siya yung metabolize. No, ang pasubraan ra ang batik. You get the point? Because we need cholesterol also in our system and we need also fat. Okay, you get the point. And this fat also and cholesterol will aid the nutrients and minerals to go to the respective area of responsibility in which they need it the most. For example, the brain needs these particular vitamins. The fats and the cholesterol will push them to go there. Just like a transportation car. So if there's no car, then how can they go there? Remember, if you remember the density, the law of density is equals to mass over volume, right? Then the brain is on the top, right? Then it needs a lot of pressure, your blood to go there, to the top, because that's on the top, right? Our excretory system, for example, the gallbladder, ganun siya, okay, what else? The pituitary. The pituitary is in the top. Okay, the gallbladder, sa jud guys, mga anaw or anus. Okay, nasa ubos ba? So, you don't need pressure that much because the water will go freely going down. You don't need more pressure. Okay, so you need more pressure to elevate your blood going to your brain because of the height. Okay, you got the point? So, naman siya sa taas. Right? It's need pressure, right? So that's why we need also to increase our blood a little bit. Blood pressure. But it doesn't mean it is more than the pressure given in the high blood category. Okay, kana mga low blood pressure. What I mean, need siya high pressure then. But not more than the high pressure required. Sa katong range ba? Okay, naman yung mga range chuba-chucho. Oh, diba? Ito lang dito mutong-tong. O diba, nakakalok. Magkatawag natin kung ano yung study guys doon kay Malingaw. Kung ano yung study ko sa anatomy, sa mga physiology. I'm not a medical student, but I love it. Okay? Because, our main purpose in this world is to protect our health. Okay? To protect our health, to protect our, what we call this one? Financial security. and to protect our own safety. You get the point. There's no other purpose in living in this world. First, to protect your health, to protect your financial security, and to protect your own safety. Why? To protect your health so that you can extend your life up to 60 years old and 70 years old so you can enjoy bonding with your family, with your daughters, with your sons, with your relatives, nephews, nieces, sons and daughters, whatever, your loved ones, your jowa, like that. So you have to extend your life as much as you could. Then how can we do that if your health is suffering from any diseases? Okay, so what is money after all if your health will be suffering? Okay? So that's number one, to protect your health. Number two, to protect your financial security lang. Okay? Financial security means you are stable. You have job to support your family. You have a job to educate your children. You have job to have medicines. You have job to buy the basic commodities, the food we eat every day, the shelter, the clothing. And it is for financial security. Not only that, you have investments for your retirement, for your pension in the future, for health security, emergency security, financial security that you can use at emergency situations, things like that, right? That is number two. Number three is to protect also your own safety. For example, if you go to the beach, like that, and your children don't know how to swim, things like that, and you are keep on enjoying videoke, and then suddenly your children will go to the beach and they will be suffering, and then malumo sila dito because they should be guided. So the children have the right for their own safety. And then we need to teach them how to save their lives at a very young age, the health and safety tips every time. And crossing to the street, we need to teach our children how to cross the street properly, to look right, left, back, and front, and that is safety. So meaning to say, in living in this world, we have only three purposes. We need to protect our health, financial security, and for our own safety. And there's also another one, okay, but not really the materialistic way of purpose. Materialistic way. What I mean involves wisdom, and that is the guidance of our Lord. Okay, the prayers, like that, our religion, our faith to God, and that's number four. Our maintenance, our constant communication to our Lord God. That is number four. So ano examination nita? What are the fundamental purpose of living in this world? So muna ang answer. To protect our health, to protect our financial security, to protect our own individual safety, and to have close communication to our Lord God, our religion, our faith to God. Okay, like that. So, mingon ka, asa man siya nabilong, sir, kanang mga party-party na maglipay-lipay ta. Okay, so, ambot lang ninyo, so pwede mo sa ninyo i-belong sa financial security because once you do that, you are stable with the financial aspects. If you go to the party, we need to say your money are abundance or in excess. Things like that. You have more that God gave to you. Things like that. Okay, so that's under financial security, ganon-ganon. Diba? So, ana agad siya guys, ang mga lipay-lipay. Wa man nasul ang lipay-lipay dito sa for ka purpose. Kaya mga lipay-lipay, di mo na makakuha sa itong kinabuhi. Di mo maluwas, ana. Okay? Masakit man ganit ka kung sige taglipay-lipay. You get the point? Ma-rape pa ang uban kasi lipay-lipay. Mato dito dito o na-rape noon. O diba? So, ang lipay-lipay na siya yung mga negative effects. Though it can make us happy temporarily, but it has bad effects also. The point, so the better we need to minimize exposure from outside world because in the outside world there's a lot of hazards there. Hazards and risks, meaning to say unexpected hazards that will come. For example, if there's a vehicle and then you will cross to the street and then you are very excited to go to the party and because you want to sing Ako ang nagwag, and you go to the video center, you'll be hit by the vehicle. Okay? Because you lose your mind. You are very excited. So that's the disadvantage of having party outside from your house and your home. Me as a person, I will minimize that also. Okay? You get the point? Not every time like that. Okay? You should minimize that because that's exposure to environmental hazards outside. For example, also there will be a typhoon that will come immediately. We don't know. And then you will be stuck up there. Okay, outside. It's better you will be in the home. safe, more safe than outside. You get the point? So, I'm not discriminating pero atas katapukato jud ang tiil kay sig surusur. I'm just telling the truth. Okay? Whether you are lagan or not. So this is the truth. Okay? Ganon. So the hazards outside are more compared to the hazards in your house. So it's better to be safe. Okay, then sorry. You get the point. Nakakaloka. Okay, mga ingana siya guys. No, atong timan. Ano? Okay. Again, to protect our health, to protect our financial security, to protect our own safety, and then to have wisdom, maintaining our relationship to God. Things like that. You get the point. Ganon lang siyang life. Okay. Financial security, mo na manabaho kita. Charot. Makakauntag kung ayang lamihan. Charis! Okay, now, we go to the Uy, asan naman ito akong student? Uy, si Jake, dugay kay Do. Guys, ato sa ni kanta ko, wala ko student karon. Okay, thank you so much for watching this YT, safety, health, and music. Okay, and then I'll be coming back later. Bye-bye, God bless everybody. See you later. Ako lang ni budget katataad ba? Ako na sa ko mag-English. Okay. Akong unahan ang science and math din. Okay, nakaloka. Okay, bye-bye! Cherries. Nakakaloka.